We continue to follow the latest on a shooting in Paintsville that's left 3 people dead. WYMT's Buddy Forbes is in Johnson County with more on what we know so far.
The Johnson County Coroner's Office confirmed that 3 people were killed today in the Paintsville area following a shooting that brought several law enforcement agencies out here to Depot Road. The call came in just after 10:40 a.m., leading officers in the area to search for a man accused of shooting 3 people in a home in the Paintsville community. Sheriff Doug Saylor says the man was arrested around noon after a more than 1-hour search. Local schools and organizations went into lockdown mode as news spread through the community, leaving those who live here worried about their safety.
Especially me having siblings in school. I was like, okay, is he going to go to one of these schools? Is he going to go put these children's life in danger as he already is, whether it was at school or whether it's a few blocks over from the school? There's a daycare right down the road. All those children, kids I've babysitter in that daycare.
Now, with this portion of the road closed down well into the afternoon, neighbors continue to come out voicing their concerns. But police say the scene is still under investigation by Kentucky State Police. In Paintsville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Trooper Michael Coleman told us a short time ago that the suspect was arrested after being involved in an officer-involved shooting, but no officers, we are told, were injured during this incident. A teen charged after a shooting at a UK fraternity party was expected in court this afternoon. 19-year-old Jason Almanza Arroyo is charged with wanton endangerment and other charges, but he is not charged with pulling the trigger. The shooting happened just before midnight late Wednesday night. Investigators say 2 uninvited people went to a party on University Avenue in Lexington. An argument began and 1 shot was fired. The bullet hit 1 student. 10 others were hurt by shrapnel. Police say more charges are pending.
Well, clouds and showers will be increasing as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours. First the clouds and the humidity, and then we return the showers to the forecast. Outside at the moment from our camera at the University of Virginia's College at Wise, 75 the current reading. They've got some sunshine, but those clouds are trying to bubble up this afternoon. Most of us dry, but we've been watching a couple of showers making their way through portions of Rockcastle County right along 25, seeing a little bit of showery activity not far from Livingston right now, but that's really about it. Maybe a couple more into the Cumberland Valley, but these are not huge rainmakers or anything like that. Those will continue to scoot off to the west as we head into the nighttime hours. Temperatures remain low to mid 80s around the region. And as we head into tonight, maybe a stray shower, but many of us dry and into the mid-60s for overnight lows. Now, coming up, I'll have the latest on when the rain moves back in and if any of that could be on the heavy side coming up in just a bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. The national company Ashbrit is contracted by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet to remove flood debris in state right-of-ways and waterways. Today, the company gave back to an organization in Whitesburg. Ashbrit teamed up with Save the Children to host a van dedication and ribbon cutting for Cowan Community Center and at Kane Kitchen. The van will serve as a mobile kitchen to bring hot meals to families as they recover from the flooding.
We're going to dual purpose the bus as a kind of mobile library with education resources for kids. School still hasn't started in Letcher County. That was something that spoke to us. The impact to kids and families, to schools, is tremendous.
Kane Kitchen serves 1,200 meals a day on site, with 400 of those being takeout. 2 sisters in Knott County have been working with the Christian Appalachian Project. They have been receiving about 2 truckloads a week from CAP, and they distribute the supplies at Knott County Central High School. They say they will still always accept donations of any kind.
It has been a blessing for these people to come out and to get, because it's drinks, this morning it was furniture, you know, we've had clothes, we've had food items. I mean, it's been really a blessing for these people to come out and experience what the community can do coming together.
WYMT's Olivia Calfee will have more on the specific needs coming up tonight at 6. 2 women are still missing in Breathitt County, and new searches are happening for them this week. Meanwhile, the deadline to apply for aid from FEMA is quickly approaching for some. Samantha Valentino has more.
60-year-old Vanessa Baker and 29-year-old Nancy Cundiff were last seen on July 28th. Both women are from the Lost Creek community of Jackson, a community hit hard by the historic flooding as nearly 12 inches of rain fell over the region. Governor Andy Beshear announced Thursday that Kentucky Emergency Management has coordinated with the Kentucky State Police Aviation Branch to continue the search.
Kentucky State Police Aviation Branch is conducting another aerial search for the two missing women, and so many different crews have been out multiple weekends and pretty much day in and day out continuing that search.
Governor Beshear also announced that Kentucky will receive nearly $1 million in FEMA disaster case management grant funding for expanded flood survivor services. The deadline to apply for FEMA assistance is quickly approaching. People have until September 28th to submit their claims.
That means that if you don't register with FEMA as a resident of one of these 13 counties where you had flooding damage, it's going to be too late to qualify for any federal assistance.
More than $60 million in grants have been approved for 7,100 households. But Nate Custer says some people may be hesitant to apply.
And they will say, well, the folks down the street, they need the help more than I do. And I'll let the FEMA funding go down to those neighbors of mine that were harder hit. But that's not the case.
Custer says the assistance is available for everybody.
Go ahead and register with FEMA, and you may end up getting a little more help than maybe you realized.
In Breathitt County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Now, if you need more information about how to apply for FEMA aid, you can find it on our website, WYMT.com. Coming up as First at 4 continues, Chevrolet is adding an all-electric model to its roster.
And dry right now, but that will not be the case as we head into this time tomorrow. Details on when potentially heavy rain moves back in coming up.